Welcome to What's Cookin'. I'm Deb.
And I'm Norma.
And today we're making a nectarine dessert with mascarpone cheese and vanilla sugar.
Ooh, sounds so good. I can hardly wait.
So let's get started. Here is a vanilla bean. I don't know if any of you know what a vanilla bean looks like, but it's kind of hard. Sort of soft. It has to have some subtlety to it. So what I do is I cut off a little piece, and then what we're going to do, and it's hard to see, but we're going to cut it down the middle and we're going to scrape the seeds out. So if you hold it really flat and you slice it in the middle, and then you slice it on the other part and you continue it. And if you can see the vanilla bean, it's really small. Then they're sort of pasty. If you can take the sugar, and that's 2 cups of sugar to 1 vanilla bean, and just pour it in. And then when we get the vanilla bean, we put it in there like that. And
where can you buy vanilla beans at?
Any grocery store has them.
Okay.
So if you see this, we're just scraping, and it looks like that. Probably a lot of you have had vanilla bean ice cream. This is where the vanilla bean comes from, or vanilla. So you just scrape it and you put it in there. And then I'll finish out and I'll do the rest of this, and then we'll put it all in there and then start the Cuisinart. Now don't throw this part away, because you'll use this in here. Like I have, this is some vanilla sugar, and then I add the bean to it, and it adds the extra flavor, and it's really cute. You can get cute jars and that type of thing, put a little bow around it. It's a gift for the holidays. So let's get started, and I'll put this on.
There you go.
And I just, for a couple seconds, you pulse it or just run it. And that's it.
That's fast.
It's really fast. And you can see the vanilla in there, the little beans.
It's little sprinkles of it. It's almost like pepper.
Yeah, it looks like pepper. And you don't want to add a lot more to it, because it'll just be too strong of a flavor. So now that we have this, let's get this out of the way. And the next thing we're going to do is to cut our nectarines. For our next step, as I told you before, you always look for the seam. This has quite a seam. It almost looks like a little butt of the nectarine.
It does.
Yeah, so it's very easy to follow. And you just cut around like this. And then you do counterclockwise, and look how easy that opens up. And this is just part of the stem. So we get rid of that. And we cut out the seed. And there you go. So now what we're going to do is, you can, if you're baking a whole bunch of these, you might want to do a cookie sheet. I'm just doing 2 of them. And the next thing that we need to do is add honey to the nectarine. And I'm going to do a little plug. This is citrus blossom. So it has a really unique flavor. It sort of is citrusy and tangy, and it's just delicious, and it's really good with fruit. The company is Crystal Pure Honey, and I found it at our local farmer's market. We all have farmers markets, and the plus about eating local honey, it's really good for your health, because the bee pollen of your area, that's where this honey is coming from. So it's really good for you, and we all have our local farmers markets, and we like to support the local businesses. So this is crystalpurehoney.com, so you can check it out. And then one of their other honeys that I really, really like is their sage honey. It's just a very smooth, delicious honey, and it's wonderful.
So how much honey are you going to use for this?
So what I do is I take about a teaspoon, and we put it right into the middle of the nectarine. So I do it on each one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bake it in the oven for about 350 or so. And
for how long?
About 15 minutes. It should be light golden color. So let's put this in the oven, and as soon as while that's cooking, we're going to make the mascarpone cheese sauce that goes on top. So the next thing we're going to do is make our mascarpone cheese. And this is what mascarpone cheese looks like. It's a very sweet cheese. And I use about a teaspoon per half of the nectarine.
So mascarpone is an Italian cream cheese.
Yes.
And you could get it flavored or just regular unflavored.
So I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons because we just have 1 nectarine that we're using. Or tablespoons, I should say.
Looks
It's
good.
so yummy.
Looks so rich. Oh.
And then the next thing we're going to do is add, it's about a teaspoon of lemon. So you just take a lemon, you squeeze it, and you pour this on here. And again, with the honey, that is the citrus honey, that will really pop the flavor in this.
Sure.
And then you use about I would say a teaspoon of the
Vanilla sugar.
vanilla sugar that's right here, and you sprinkle it in, and then you kind of mush it in.
What other uses could you have for vanilla sugar?
You could probably use it on cookies, like sugar
Oh,
cookies,
what a great idea.
and you could use it in maybe a pudding, on a apple tart. I wonder now that you're saying that, when you make the custard, the
Creme brulee.
creme brulee, and you have that for the topping, and then you burn it.
Oh,
That would be really
awesome.
good.
Oh my God. We'll have to try that.
Yes. We should make that one time. I have one of those burner
Yeah,
things.
let's do that.
Yes, so it'll be
As
delicious.
long as we don't set ourselves or the house on fire.
Yeah.
We're good.
Right, but we'll probably eat the whole thing.
So no probably about it.
Yeah. Okay. So it's, as you see the consistency, and then you're gonna just put a little scoop of this on top, and then you're ready to go. And you can always add just a little bit more of the vanilla sugar if you want to, and then we'll sprinkle the top. So it's been almost 20 minutes, so let's check and see how the
Nectarines are doing?
And here we go. And you can see it's sort of watery a little bit, but it's very delicious, and the nectarines have cooked down just a little bit, so they're just gonna be delicious. So then what we do,
That looks fantastic. They've released their juices.
yes,
Which is
yes,
really, really nice.
with all that yummy honey.
Mm.
So we're gonna try to scoop up some of that deliciousness of the honey and put this one on there. Then the next thing we do is we add our mascarpone cheese that has the lemon and the vanilla sugar, and it's so yummy. Now, if you also wanted to, you could probably pop this in the oven for another couple minutes if you wanted to. And then what I like to do is sprinkle, I chopped up some pistachios. Look how pretty that looks.
So by popping it in the oven just to melt it.
Just a little
lightly.
bit, just a
Okay.
little bit. And then there you go. On to, save the best for last, dessert.
I think there's a theme with this also. Cheese, all
Yeah.
things cheese. This one I've been really curious about.
So good. So good.
So easy to make.
Yes. Thank you for joining us for What's Cookin'.
Cookin'.